To make our Deco Mesh ribbon, I'm using 10-inch wide Deco Mesh in rose gold. Just roll over the edges a little bit, keep rolling it, then fold over to make your first loop. Move over to the other side and make a loop the same sort of size and hold them together in the middle, then move back over to the other side and make a second loop on that side, keeping hold of everything in the middle, rolling your mesh under a little bit just to tuck those edges in a little bit, and then we're going to make that second loop on this side. Keep hold of everything in the middle, swap hands if you need to, I do find that helpful. And then making a third loop on that side. And a third loop on the next side. So we're just matching what we're doing on each side. And cut off. I'm now just measuring the tails. So I've taken a piece from my roll, I'm just measuring the length of tails that I want, cutting off where I'm happy, and I'm just holding on to those tails in the middle. I've just added them to my bow. You've got 3 ways to tie off your ribbon here. You can use a cable tie or a chenille stick or pipe cleaner. I'm using a 160 modelling balloon. They work like a rubber band. Just cut it in half and then use that to tie round the centre, so keep hold of everything in the centre whilst you're doing this, and I wrap it around a couple of times, hold on, and then just tie a knot. And I like to tie a second knot just to make sure that that's nice and secure, and that's going to cinch everything together really well. And if you're putting this onto a balloon display, it's not going to harm your balloons. I'm using another 160 balloon. If you don't have a 160 balloon, you can use a rubber band of a similar sort of size and cut it in half. They're both made from rubber, so you know you can adapt if you haven't got exactly the materials you need. I've cut the rose head off the stem, and I'm just wrapping that little bit of 160 around the little bit of stem that's poking out. So wrap it one way and then just hold the tail and take hold of the other tail and wrap it in the opposite direction a couple of times. Keep hold of everything and then just tie a knot. And then pull one side and then the other side. And once you've done that, you can tie a second knot just to secure it. And then those 2 little tails you're going to use later to tie the rose and the diamond mesh onto the ribbon. I've cut the diamond mesh. I've used about 1/3 of the width, decided how long I want. I'm just finding the centre now and just holding that in position at the centre of my ribbon bow, taking hold of the flower and using those 160 balloon tails just to tie the mesh and the rose to the bow. So just tie 2 knots, arrange the flower, and then just tidy up the ends of the Deco Mesh tails. I just like to tidy them off and cut them to a nice point. There you go, you've got a really pretty bow. I'm using another 160 to tie this onto my balloon display.